Are your hands warm? We're starting a fire?
Nice and toasty.
All right, back on the East Coast Showdown coverage here, waiting for placings to happen. But I have two not ECS people to talk to because you guys have had a really fun and exciting year and will continue to have one this year. Kush, Harshil, welcome back, also known as DJ Aura. And I don't know, AKA
I'm just me.
Just Harshil again. No, but you guys were involved with NJ Notch last year. I say involved, director, PR chair, and you guys made a really fun documentary about it. So here at this comp, being back on the vendor side of things, how is that different to being a director?
We've been talking about it all weekend, honestly. It's like it's like a crazy, but like it feels so different now, especially given that like both of us graduated. It just hits different, basically. I mean, going from like being in the comp, like part of board, and now we're like vendors again. It's just like now you see both sides again. It's cool.
Do you think you were prepared for that adjustment, like having done several years as vendors already and still getting some type of experience within the comp to then step up and be director, be PR chair?
I think for sure, because last year especially I did 6 comps. Notch was the last one that we did together too, and like going to every comp and like seeing like the good, the bad, and being able to like go back home and like at our next like Notch meeting, we would be like, oh, we saw this, let's implement this, let's not do this.
The inside scoop.
Yeah, exactly.
Harshil, what did you think?
Yeah, it was like a bittersweet thing because when we were at these comps, we were, again, like he said, we were kind of analyzing everything that they were doing and implementing it in our own kind of process. I say that, and then during Notch weekend, it was just like no sleep, a lot of tired nights, and we were like, man, we missed being on the doing the DJ, the camera stuff.
Yeah.
But it is very bittersweet because when it's all done, you're like, I kind of miss stressing out with all my friends and not sleeping with any with any sleeping on the floor basically, and that was the coolest part. And it sucked in the moment, but then after you just miss it, and it's like, man, like we just wish we could go back.
Well, it gives you something to do with some really incredible people also.
100%.
I mean, NJ Notch last year was its first year as a comp. So a lot of these systems that comps have year to year, you guys were starting from scratch. So walk me through the process of how it was even decided that there was going to be a comp, and then some of those early steps that you had to go through that other comps may not have to.
I think in terms of early steps, it was like my freshman, sophomore year. Even in high school, I was always exposed to like dance competitions and like mixes and stuff, and I always had that like passion in it. I wanted to do it. Before Notch, before COVID, there was another Raas comp, you probably know, Purdue Raas.
Yeah, BOR.
And then right before COVID, it just kind of ended, and like, and then I hit up like the other directors that on Instagram that used to be part of Purdue Raas. Towards the end of my sophomore year, they were all like, we don't know what happened. Like they didn't really help basically with that. So and then last year after ECS, literally on the train back, I said it in the documentary too. I was like, I told Harshil, I was like, do you want to start a dance comp with me? I was like, let's do it. And then he was like, I don't have the time commitment for it. Like he had too much on his plate. And then I think a few weeks after, I got connected with Ananya from RAGA, and then we just started. Made like an initial video. Harshil made that one. Posted on our Instagram. I got like 10K views. That's how like we spread the news within Rutgers, and then after that, it was just like trial.
Once you get the name out there, everyone sees.
In the beginning, it's ironic. In the beginning, everybody just thought we were another dance team.
Right.
And I'm definitely not a dancer. I don't know about you, DJ Aura, but I'm not a dancer, right? So just getting the word out there in the first place, being like, yo, this is a competition. Like, all these other teams, you have SAPA, you have RAGA, you have all these, the Bhangra team, they all go to these competitions, but explain to them, like, we are one of those things, and
we can host too.
We can host too. And then on top of that, the thing that made, I think, everything so much easier is half the brown population in America lives in New Jersey.
Yeah.
And this is not me saying anything weird. It's just a factual statement. And having that support from the South Asian community, from all these communities, and, the dance teams that were a part of it, half of our board was on RAGA, you know what I mean? So it definitely made it a lot easier. The support was crazy. Half the RAS alums were, from New Jersey. So it's super, super easy to kind of connect with people and being like, all right, look, like, we're bringing this back. We're going to make it a proper show and not just, play around. And it turned out better than we ever expected. So, and now second year, we're a double bid. So,
and I love that you guys made the decision to like walk everything through the process. I mean, video is something that video photography, media in general is something that's natural to both of you guys.
Yep.
So did it just feel logical to say, hey, let's track our progress and vlog and put this together, and then make it a documentary?
So to be honest, I think the process was just me waking up one day and telling him like, can I just want to make a documentary. Like, let me just film this. This is going to be a good memory piece.
Literally
And
one random morning.
yeah, I just woke up. I was like, I'm just trying to film something. So then in our like kind of apartment, we always have this thing about just recording memories and capturing memories. So I took it upon myself. I was like, you know what, I'm just going to pick up the camera. It's a little extra work for me. And thankfully, you know, him and Bhavin helped out in the edit. But like, you know, it was just kind of spontaneous. And we were like, all right, let's just do it. And I mean, now we have over 700 views in less than a week on the documentary.
So going back to the comp, what kind of support systems did you guys put in place to make sure that NJ Naach this year, at the end of the season, because it is a double bid, as you mentioned, that NJ Naach this year has another successful season?
I think last year it was like our logistics ran really well. So overall, it was just logistics, finance. Like a lot of our like big chairs really ran really well, and like we wanted like this year to be like that, but even better. So this year, our 3 directors, one is the logistics chair from last year, the other one's the tech chair, and the third one was the social chair. So it was like, we're glad that like all 3 of those new directors are like key components of what we had last year.
Yeah.
So they're like, we trust them, and it's gonna be great.
Very trustworthy people, and I think that like he hit the nail on the coffin, or the nail on the head rather, and
You just missed the nail.
I'm just hitting the coffin.
Banging the coffin.
Yeah.
I'm just hitting the coffin.
Yeah.
But no, like again, our logistics chairs last year were absolute dogs. They were up. I mean, this was in the documentary so many times, but they were up so late at night. You know, sitting in a hotel gym on the floor trying to get things done. So, you know, and then you have the social aspect and obviously the tech aspect. And the running joke at the end of the weekend was we all just became logistics and tech chairs, you know. So, you know, shout out to all the homies that became the logistics group chat at the end of the week.
All right, so now bringing it back to today, you guys have now led a competition. You guys are back in as media. We're doing an interview. Come on, give him some respect here.
He's got the pizza.
He's got the. I want that pizza so bad. Harshil, you came on. What did you think of the pizza?
Yeah.
Oh,
But,
I thought it was great.
You're good. You're good. But so you guys have both led a competition. You're back here as vendors. So now back on the outside of it. How do you think of ECS so far? Any props to give to the board team
for
here?
Sure. ECS is always like a big hit in my opinion. Like they're always on top of their stuff. In terms of like, say one thing is like their hospitality. We say
Top notch.
Yeah, their merch is always like
That
top.
Southern
Yeah,
hospitality.
Literally.
Dude,
And
we
then-
walked in, we saw the socks, and I was like,
Dude,
this
those
is
socks
it.
are so good.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm wearing them right now.
Did you guys really?
I'm wearing.
Did you guys get? Wait, hold on. Yeah, you can.
we're
you
right
can kind
now.
of see it.
And then the blanket.
The blanket was very
Yeah.
nice. I'm very excited for that
Yeah.
blanket.
And then I mean like, Avengers media team like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
this
the
was
one,
hey, great. Not to toot my own horn,
Yeah.
but great media team.
the one thing the reason why we appreciate ECS so much is they were the first comp to give Kush and I a shot. You know, 2 years ago we didn't
Same
really
here.
do. Yeah. So then
Yeah, exactly.
there you go. So right, 2 years ago we never did any of this dance comp stuff, right? A year we do it for 1 year. He starts one the year after.
Right.
And then we're kind of just in the scene every single year after that. Who knows what's happening after this year? But that's none of my business to speak about right now. But ECS is always taking care of us. You know, shout out to the homie Utkarsh for that one. And you know, I mean, this whole comp has been so very hospitable. They take us to Torchies every year. And we look forward to Torchies every year. Don't even get me started on Torchies.
Arnav had some in the pre-show. You'll see some Torchies rappers under the table right now.
Yeah.
So
Even like when I was like starting Notch, like ECS was really helpful. They gave us like a lot of their like schedule sheets, like hospital, like a lot of their like files to like look forward to. So like really.
That's really
appreciate
nice of them.
Yeah, 100%.
can you move your mic back over your mouth? There you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
Boom. Much better. Much better.
Yeah.
All right. We're say that again.
1 second.
Oh. All right. Cool. So Harshil,
I'll run it.
tell me a little bit about the teams that you saw here. I mean, you're taking photos of all of them.
Of course, yeah.
How did you feel about the lineups today?
Listen, I'm not the most logistical human being in terms of the dance scene. Again, I'm not a dancer, but killer. This whole thing was killer. I mean, it's killer every year. So, you know, I don't got anything specific to say per se, but I do want to say that everybody on stage did kill it. Everybody did so well. Obviously, the home team, RAGA. Yo, shout out to RAGA. Shout out to all the homies in Jersey. Holding it down for the people. Anyways, I'm going to stop yapping. Go ahead. Coach.
Any teams stand out to you while you were watching?
Like you said, of course, the homies over
Oh,
at
of
RAGA.
course. Yeah. Play it safe.
UMD.
Yeah, UMD was good.
Yeah. And then
G-
VCU too.
VCU
They were
popped.
pretty. Yeah.
Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech has
For
got
sure.
it. I feel like, I mean, again, I don't know anything,
Yeah.
but they
Purdue
just look
as well.
cool.
I thought was like they were a hit too.
Yeah. Who's the? No, the door was exhibition, right? Yeah, door.
Spoilers. Don't. We blacked it out on the live stream.
Oh,
Nobody heard that. Anyway,
you didn't hear that.
the NJ Naach documentary, though, we do have a small look at it. For people who haven't watched it the first time, give me just a couple words. What can they expect to go through in watching the whole thing?
You want to go first, or?
You got it.
All right, so I want to say that this is a tribute to everybody who's ever been part of a dance competition, not just Naach. You know, this goes through each emotion of everybody in any dance competition, whether you're a Legends comp, Ross comp, Bhangra comp, whatever it is. This really shows the true behind the scenes. It's from my point of view, so you'll hear me kind of intersecting in between here and there, but it really just shows the true testament of directors, how much they have to go through. You know, there's moments where people were crying. I was sleeping on the floor a lot. It was just a lot of one of those moments where it's like, you know what, like, it's hard work and it pays off. And it's a very true coming to age story where, you know, this started from the beginning and now we're just here.
Kush, any thoughts?
Yeah, I'd say this whole documentary, it's like, think of it like you're someone who's never, this one goes out to like someone that's never been in the experience of dance competition, been in the community, or even like dancers, because dancers don't even know everything that goes in, like, to put on a competition.
You only see one side of it as a dancer.
Exactly. Not only that, like, we start from scratch, but like just, it takes you behind the scenes from like 0 to 100 of the whole weekend and like the months leading up to it. So it's just, I'd say it's an hour-long experience.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, you guys put a lot of hard work into this. The documentary is incredible, and hopefully you guys have created something that will stand the test of time. We have a look at the trailer that Kush very kindly made specifically for this live stream. So let's go ahead and take a look at it now.
Play it.
I kind of want to see it
I
again.
know for sure is that this weekend we're going to find out who's going to crack under pressure and who's going to be able to make it.
We need to make a good name so that we can keep going the next, like, however many years and push through.
Definitely knew it mentally that I was going to start a dance comp before I graduated.
I really wanted that for Rutgers and putting a good name and bringing Beat Ross, but making it even better with NJ Naach and the people that I'm working with.
They said you can't do a competition at Rutgers.
No, we did a competition at Rutgers.
Just know that. Bro got it.
We'll get something first. Hey, welcome back to the East Coast Showdown. Placings are about to happen very shortly. The crew is back for this one to get reactions here. Arnav is going to be to my right here in just a moment. Mehmet Samshir also here for all the Bhangra. Am I saying your name correctly?
Mitab.
Mitab! Why am I saying
good
Mehmet?
until this time.
Mitab. Oh, because Manmeet was on earlier, and I'm like combining the two names.
Okay.
Mitab, Samshir. I was so worried about getting your name because I kept saying Shamshir up until today.
Yeah.
But we can stick with it. And Arnav. Arnav,
Hi, I'm back.
I only get your name wrong when I'm spelling your last name for all of this stuff. Oh, we can scoot
Can
over a
everybody hear
little
me,
bit.
by the way? Because I can only hear Arnav.
I can hear you.
Yeah.
You can only hear Arnav.
I can only hear him.
Oh, wow. This is a total flip on the entire situation.
Wow. Well, there's something going on here with your headset, and hopefully we'll get it sorted for next week. I'm sorry, man. Go through placings struggling, but placings are apparently about to start, and
We got the trophies on stage.
the trophies are there on stage. Karim, if we can take a look at those trophies, but I know we all had our predictions, and at least on the Bhangra side, we were very unanimous with it, but I just want to get overall vibes of the day today. I mean, early comp in the season, how are we feeling about just being able to watch these teams on stage?
I think being the opportunity to be able to watch these teams on stage, it's good. It's a good step forward for everybody because, all respect to everybody going out there, it was good performances from A to Z, right? I won't say any of the performances were bad, and that's me speaking honestly. and I hope nobody takes the placings too seriously, and they just take it as honest feedback and move forward.
Yeah.
And whatever team does that wins, like hopefully they take it as momentum and win more and more throughout the season.
Definitely. I think that's a good mindset to have, right? If you win, that's great. Let's carry it forward. If you lose, that's okay. Let's take the notes, and then let's also keep taking one step at a time.
Yeah.
I hope none of the teams that we go up against in 2 weeks lose, so they don't come out.
So they don't have
like
a chip on their shoulder.
Yeah.
And Arnav, what was your overall impression of the start of the Raas season now? I mean, 2 other competitions are happening today. We don't have their results quite yet, but of the 8 teams that we've seen here, is this another good step into 2025?
Absolutely. Everyone has definitely brought their A game this season, and there's a definite improvement from all the performances from last season. Everybody just showed up, was extremely impressive. I've seen a lot of these teams last season, and just the quality of their set design, their choreo, just everything is just one step above what they were last year, and it's definitely really cool to see. What do you think?
I think it's it's fun. I think a lot of these teams have come out
Can I have your
swinging.
attention, please?
And especially with no fall comps this year, nobody had a head start. Nobody had a 75% set that they then got feedback from, and they learned from and made these major changes. And we've seen teams make major changes from fall to spring. We're not seeing that now. I mean, this is as good as they're going to get. They just have to commit and refine what they have.
Absolutely.
Let's throw it to the stage now as they start introducing our judges.
It's pretty cool. So let's give it a watch, and we'll move on.
How many people added you on Instagram?
Looks like they finally finished playing the video also as soon as we threw it back. By the way, East Coast Showdown is presented by Bar Health Coaching and Create Media. Of course, Arnav sponsoring not just his outfit, but also my outfit today. This lovely, very comfortable hoodie, soon to be released, I would imagine.
Very soon. Keep an eye out on our Instagram at cr8.clothing. I have a lot coming up, a lot of collabs with a lot of other artists, similar to what I'm doing with Shaakir over here. And the website for where you can get all of this is going to be out very, very soon.
So hopefully sometime this season.
Oh, definitely this season.
Amazing.
I'd say, let's say in the next week or so.
There you go. So all the team statistics were powered by that. All of the team lineups were powered by Bar Health Coaching. And now I think the Raas reps are hopping onto the stage. Maybe they'll introduce some judges. We can get Raas placings, Bhangra placings, and then everybody gets pizza. Let's take a look.
Everybody gets pizza?
I hope everybody gets pizza.
Or ranch, right?
There is a pizza right there. Would you like some?
Nah, I'll take some later.
And hi everyone, I'm Rajit. We're so excited to be representing Raas All-Stars this evening, and we're so excited to be here in Charlottesville for East Coast Showdown. Yeah. All right, but all the teams here are competing to work towards one final goal, and that's to go to Raas All-Stars, the national championships. This year, RAS will be celebrating our 17th year, and will be showcasing the top 9 teams who will be competing for the national title, the title of national champion. My bad. We hope to see you shine bright in our sky full of stars with the final showcase on April 19th in Chicago, Illinois. Today we'll be awarding first, second, and third place with 4, 2, and 1 bid points towards RAS. On behalf of all Raas All-Star Board, we want to thank the comp for hosting a phenomenal competition. If we can get the directors or a representative, actually no, let's get the directors, We would like to present you with a bid comp star from RAS ourselves. Yes, directors! Yo, round of applause for directors, bro, real quick, round of applause, yeah. All right, now hand. Oh. No, just hop on stage now.
All right, guys, I know you guys missed me, so I'm back. Thank you. I love you too. Okay, so I am the Raas judging chair for ECS, and so I want to introduce you guys to the wonderful judging panel. So first we'll start off with Sane. He was the choreo judge. So Sane danced on Northeastern Nacross from 2020 to 2024 and served as a captain for the RAS 15 and 16 seasons, Jurassic Park and Deserted Island, leading the team to back-to-back national bids. Having competed at ECS for 3 straight years, he's excited to be back where it all began, this time as a judge. Give it up for Sane. All right, next we have Neil Brumbut. He is the other choreo judge. Neil was on UC Davis Ras Leela from 2016 to 2020 as a dancer and 2018 to 2020 as a captain. He was also captain of UC Davis Bulin Bhangra 2017 to 2020. Neil is currently working as a research scientist at Harvard T.H. Chan. He is super pumped to judge ECS for the first time and cannot wait to be part of this amazing competition, especially being both a Ras and Bhangra dancer himself. Please give it up for Neil. And now we have Kushi Parikh. She is the execution judge. Kushi is a 2023 graduate from UT Austin. She was on Dirty South Dandiya from 2020 to 2023, Ras Rodeo 12 director, and on RAS 15 and RAS 16 board. Currently, she's working in Washington, D.C. as a communication strategist. Please give it up for Kushi Parikh. All right, now we have Atmik Das. He is one of the 2 artistic elements judges. Atmik was a dancer on UCSD Ras Ruckus from 2021 to 2024 and a production chair from 2022 to 2024. ECS was his first in-person comp, and he is very happy to start his first judging season here. He's super excited to see all the fire performances and the teams that and what they have planned this year. Please give it up for Atmik. All right, now we have one of the 2 Huras alums, ECS alums, that I'm very honored to announce. It is Shweta Satish, Artistic Elements Judge. Shweta graduated from UVA in May 2024, where she found a family and a passion for Garba Ras in UVA Huras. After competing at Raas All-Stars in 2022, she served as a production chair and captain for UVA Huras 2022 to 2023 and 2023-2024, respectively. Post-grad, she hopes to continue pursuing her passion for dancing and the arts and is super excited to see what the teams put on stage. Please give it up for Shweta. All right, and last but not least, another Huras alum, another ECS alum, again, very honored to announce her, Preeti Chindambaram. She is the exec judge. Preeti is a UVA Huras alum who was on the team from 2021 to 2024. Preeti had the opportunity to compete at Nationals in 2022 and was former team manager and captain of the team. Huras was a big part of her life, college life, and she's so grateful to have captain for the 2023-2024 season. She has also liaison for ECS and been on board as a red chair, so she's very excited to be judging at ECS. Please give it up for Preeti and all of our amazing judges. All right, now before we get into the placings, we have quick superlatives. They are not RAS affiliated. This is only an ECS thing. So I'll hand it over to Preeti.
Okay, so the first superlative is for best costumes. So drum roll, please. The best costume of the night goes to Michigan Wolveraas.
So the second superlative is for best mix, and the best mix tonight goes to Are You RAGA?
All right, thank you so much for that. And now we're going to proceed to Raas placing. So we'll do a third place first.
Yes, yes. Hello, everyone. So, for the most awaited moment, in third place for Raas at ECS 8, we have GT Ramblin Raas.
Georgia Tech comes from down south into Virginia. They steal their first point of the season with that one, Arnav.
It's an early start for them. I guess they're starting to make their Raas run a little early. This was well-deserved, honestly, with their set design and their just consistent performance overall. It's very impressive from them.
On the board early and enjoying a nice celebration with that third place trophy, plus the star. I've always felt like the star is worth more than the trophy.
Oh, absolutely. Because the trophy, you know, you can pass it down. It's
because the trophy is about the event, but the star is a point towards
the entire season. Yeah, absolutely.
The entire season, exactly. And some ATL chants now as they celebrate. This will be welcome. They placed 3 times last year, so they're not unfamiliar now with placings.
Absolutely. They have a good bit of hardware in their collection for now, and it's just adding to it now. Eh?
Just adding a little bit to it. But I'm sure this will still feel very welcome.
Especially after the season they had last year. I think having an early start would be very, motivating for them.
So here comes the star and the Raas All-Star flag for the quick pose. And I think it's got to feel good. But I wonder, you know, this is just got to be taken as a start because they had 2 third places last year. They had a second place, but they were just outside of that threshold. So a third place is great, but you need about 5 to 6 points to make it to the next stage.
Yeah, I think they'll take the feedback from the judges to heart from here and kind of improve on that and aim for those higher places within, the first, second. Personally, I think that would be their goal. I think they want to get into RAS with the most points they can.
Right.
Just make it as safe as possible.
Look at what they did 2 years ago, right? I mean, I think they came in with, was it 15 points, 16 points, something like that?
Something around there,
I mean, I think it was almost a perfect season. Second place coming up shortly. So Georgia Tech sealed that first point up with a third place. And they now exit the team, or exit the stage. I love the cheers from the crowd.
Other teams showing support, that's always nice to see.
So this is a very decisive second place here.
All right, and now for second place at East Coast Showdown 2025, we have, drum roll please, Jai Shri Ram VCU Ricochet Raas!
So a big second place for the home team from Richmond, VCU Ricochet Raas. Pick up 2 points with that win.
They must be feeling really good about that one.
Introduced by their theme also.
Yeah, no, I think their theme was a big part of it. It was extremely unique in the way they were able to incorporate it. Shree J even brought it up earlier, the way the lyrics to match what was happening on stage probably made a very big impact on, how they were conveying their story.
And it certainly helped with the flow to the point that they were able to win second place with that. So their last 2 ECS appearances, they walked away with 3rd place as we hear their Ricochet Raas chants in the background. Their last 2 appearances, they walked away with 3rd place. And I think they didn't want to go 3 for 3.
Well,
and so they did the next best thing.
Went up 1.
They went up.
That's very nice to hear, and congrats to them. Well-deserved second place.
And some top teams, right, to come up early on in the season. Now it's about where you grow, right? This isn't just a ticket to RAS. It's 2 points out of 5 or 6 would be the minimum. But the caliber of teams that they were able to beat with that Georgia Tech, and of course we'll find out which other teams, but very competitive against a RAGA, very competitive against a Purdue, who are 2 teams that have also that high potential.
Absolutely.
So VCU is coming out early with a good number of points, and now they can just build.
Yeah, they also get that confidence from beating these like really well-established teams, and hopefully, you know, they take it, they keep running with it, use the momentum, you know, maybe get a couple first places later on in the season.
That would be the goal, right? Keep building. Hey, once you get your second place,
it's only up from there.
You look up from there. Posing with the star now, the 4-foot-tall trophy. And they'll have a good reason to celebrate tonight with that win.
Yeah, no, I've taken a lot of pictures for a lot of teams when they, you know, get their trophies and stuff like that, and it's always a magical experience. Seeing just the elation on their face every time is really, really cool to see.
And there's the first place trophy. She looks about 5 feet tall.
All right, and now the moment we've all been waiting for.
It, you know,
in first place here at East Coast Showdown
comparison.
2025, we have Purdue Raas.
Whoa.
Did I hear that right?
Yes, Purdue.
Purdue Raas.
Big win for Purdue Raas.
Stealing first place away
from RAGA, who haven't made the top 3. So there goes my predictions.
What an incredible turnout by Purdue.
Well deserved, though.
Not even touching the trophy. I mean, they're just jumping over each other.
I think this means more to them, that the win means more to them than the trophy. The fact that they were able to build this, you know.
I mean, an incredible start to the season.
Huge
to come out here
confidence
with 4 points, right? The threshold's like 5 or 6.
and
You go to 4 comps, you only need to place 1 or 2 more times.
Maybe once. I mean, honestly, twice should make it.
Yeah, twice to be safe, unless that second placing's a win.
Yeah, it depends on season to season, but that is a very big win for them. And I guess the Christmas cheer kind of continues on, eh?
The Christmas cheer powered them on. Last year in 2024, every single team that got a win qualified for Raas All-Stars. And also, not a single team who didn't win made it to Raas All-Stars. That makes sense. Everybody had at least a win.
At least a win. So this is a good start for them.
So this is a good start
for them. Wow. They've come out here and showed everyone that they're a team to not mess with, I guess.
That is a powerful, powerful showing from Purdue. And not to be a downer, but to break a very impressive, what could have been 5-year streak.
They're the ones that broke that 5
against
streak,
Rutgers,
yeah.
right? The second most winningest team in the whole circuit. So this is a statement for not just Purdue, but also for Georgia Tech, also for VCU, who came out here and placed ahead.
Absolutely. I think all these teams would be looking at their performances and be very happy. But again, I think they're going to take all of this and keep pushing forward, you know?
Yeah, they should be very satisfied with themselves. Obviously not just for winning. That is going to be a lot of validation, but even not looking at the fact that they have a trophy, not looking at the fact they have this 4-point star, just watching their performance.
Oh, absolutely. I think they look like they had fun on stage. They look like they were giving it their all. And I definitely kind of showed and appealed to the judges. And it kind of, gave them that win.
Take it in, Purdue. Toppling the Giants on your opening competition.
It's still surreal to me to think that this is the first comp of the season. judging, like seeing their quality and just like the overall, you know, the production value of that these teams are bringing, which is really, really cool to see.
And I think the set start to finish was really well done. I mean, we talked about just that open. They had a lot of great integration with their theme as the lights came on, and then as the music started, it didn't feel like there was a countdown into it. It just felt like we went, and we were in this starting mode for quite a long time. A lot of energy off the rip, and they sustained it all the way through.
Absolutely. And like even their set looked amazing. There was no kind of like blank spaces. Everything looked well filled out. And it was just a very well made. As a props guy, you know, I keep talking about props. I was very impressed with their props.
I agree. And you know what? One small detail. I like that they had that Santa costume figure who was Grinch at first and then Santa later on. They came on stage with the costume. I understand the logic of wearing black clothes when you're somebody who's going to be behind the scenes bringing props in and out, but I think if you'll be visible for an extended period of time, I think you should also be in costume.
Absolutely.
Because to me, it's very easy to see a black figure on a very well-lit stage. And I get the logic of the black, like, you know, stage hands and all that. But
you might be a little biased here because
I made a nice touch. Because I wore a onesie when I made my debut on the stage.
It was the most iconic
And
debut.
I think that the onesie was a lot better than me just wearing black sweatpants and a black T-shirt.
Oh, no, it definitely brings a different, it adds depth to that performance. And it involves the, I guess, the people backstage in a different way.
I don't want to fully leave you guys out. I know you guys are mostly here for the Bhangra side of things, and you'll do a lot of talking when that comes out. But having watched these 8 Raas teams and watching them all celebrate now, what are your reactions to these placings
I was going to say, I mean, it sounds like that was a unexpected first place. I heard you guys both predicted RU RAGA, and then you heard Purdue, and you go, "Am I hearing this right?" Right? And so I mean, it just goes to show that anything is possible. I'm thinking back of my predictions right now.
Yeah, I was going to ask how the point system worked, but I think they're about to.
Yeah,
okay, they're just
we can
introducing
go over that,
the
but let's
judges
take
right
it
now.
back to the judges here for quick introductions.
They're here already. Wow.
Best mix goes to Classic City.
Okay, Classic City. Oh, I thought they were doing the UVA Who thing the whole time.
No,
but,
best mix.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's best mix. Yeah.
And they'll do their chants.
Or booms.
They basically did the Costco guys. Boom,
That's
boom, boom.
All right. Definitely what it's from.
Next up is Best Male Dancer, which tonight is going to Harjai Singh from Virsa.
I called it, yeah.
Balloon Hamgaria.
All right, I'll also announce Best Female Dancer, which tonight is going to Viti Patak.
Oh.
From UNC.
Oh, the yellow girl.
Another round. Yeah,
Congratulations.
from UNC for best female. I mean, UNC had a very consistent set all the way through.
Yeah. He was saying it before we hopped back on stream. He was best female dancer should come from UMC, yes.
Tonight, Best Jodi goes to Dark Blue from Virsa.
Another one.
Vadda Lucky back at it again.
Another one to Virsa.
Amazing.
And now we can get to the trophies, I think. Big showing from Virsa then. Best male and then also best Jodi just off of that. Makes sense.
Cool. Now for placings. I don't want to keep anyone waiting. Oh.
Only 2 placings.
Second place first and then first.
Yeah, that's confusing to say.
Second place to start. I said that and I was like, oh.
For second place, we got CIA Lok Naach.
Hey, congratulations to them.
Congratulations to CIA. This is the prediction that we had had.
Yeah. A strong set, high energy, definitely well deserved. I mean, again, they're still young. I can't
They're
wait
still
for the
young,
future.
lots to learn from, and looks like they'll be dancing with a chip on their shoulder in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Well, the high school team came up and opened us with their Bhangra today.
Set the standard, yeah.
And now they get to be the first team from the Bhangra side to lift a trophy with a big second place, a familiar second place for them.
I will say, though, having been on a team around this age with the expectations of a first place, those first place expectations, those are like expected by only the best teams. Like the best coaches will lay those expectations on you, and it's only those expectations that make you dance better.
Yeah. Again, embracing the pressure, right?
Yeah.
If you tell like inexperienced dancers, like if you give them the first place, like the pressure's gonna get to them. But for experienced dancers, they thrive off that, right? That hunger to get first place.
Yeah.
Feed off that pressure.
That hunger, yeah. That
Pressure
hunger is
makes
huge.
diamonds.
Yes.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And CIA wants to embrace it. Just 2 weeks from now, they'll be dancing on yet another stage, competing for yet another trophy.
And unfortunately, none of them will be able to go to the after party because they're too young.
They can come get pizza with us.
Are you guys ready?
And now first place.
Yeah, they can join the ranch discussion.
Doesn't look like it. All right. First place at East Coast Showdown 2025 goes to all the way from New York, Virsa.
Best male, best Jody, and that was not enough.
Best dancer, best Jordy, first place. Virsa almost came for the sweep this time.
They wanted it, and they were very close to getting it.
Yep, and well deserved, man. I mean,
absolutely well
start
deserved.
to finish, great
We knew
set,
from the start.
Great dancing. Like I said, the fundamentals. They executed the fundamentals better than anyone else. And
I hope
minimal
they truly cherish this win. We know this team from like years ago. They're a hardworking team. They deserve this win.
Congratulations to them.
An incredible amount of
Congratulations to Virsa.
experience and skill on this roster, and they've certainly proven that tonight.
Certainly paid
with the
off
first place.
And let's see if they can defend it in 2 weeks.
Right?
Yeah.
EKB.
We'll get a fun little rematch in 2 weeks' time.
You guys are putting the gauntlet down for them? Is this your official challenge?
We'll see, man. We'll see. We're going to bring our best.
I can hear it now.
This
the
is like that
CIA versus
WWE
Virsa
like
rivalry.
cashing in the money in the bank.
$1 million on the line in Monopoly. But really an incredible showing. I mean, we talked about this would be an event where it's about who makes the fewest mistakes.
Yeah.
And sometimes you also got to go above and beyond that. Very clean set overall.
Absolutely.
But incredible execution too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That execution, the style, the technique, it was all there. And on top of that, the set was there as well, right?
Yeah.
The set didn't let us down. If you have other dancers hit that set, it probably wouldn't have looked as good just because of how experienced these dancers are.
So you talked about pressure makes diamond. CIA put a lot of pressure on themselves based on that second place reaction. Virsa, I imagine, also put that pressure on themselves.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They've been an underrated team for way too long to not have the pressure of first place, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I can guarantee you, like, they're not going to be complacent with this first place. Like, they want more.
They want more. Once they get the taste of it, they want more. Virsa is back at greatness. They've, like, reached back to the point that they once were at.
Yeah.
Well, that will wrap up our coverage of East Coast Showdown. Srijay, you want to?
Mela placings are out.
Yes.
And they're crazy.
Buckeye Mel.
Please announce them.
Please.
Awesome sauce.
Third place, DCBC.
Oh,
Big
that's
win
big.
for fellow
Big win.
DMV team.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. They're one of my favorite teams. Second place, RBD.
Okay,
RBD is a
okay.
big one. Yeah.
Yes.
And first place, back-to-back champs, MSC Jawani.
Wow.
Okay.
With the all girls, wow.
All
that's
girls is
amazing.
That's a flex. That's a next level flex.
That too? Placing at Mela?
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh yeah.
Mela's a big comp to place at. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. For
Nicely
sure.
done. Any other breaking news? Do we have like Ross placings or
At
anything like
the
that?
other-
I honestly haven't checked.
Rampage placings for
Okay. Let's hear it. Rampage placings.
See, you guys don't have to go to any other stream.
This is
the
it.
all-in-one.
You get everything.
Everything in one product. Don't bother going anywhere else.
Ready. Third place, Illini Raas. Okay.
Big.
Second place, UF Gator Raas.
Okay, getting on the board.
Which means that there's 2 Texas teams left for first place, and guess which one it is? UTD.
Wow. UTD beating. So,
They're
so
two big
historically,
disappointments.
the 2 most winningest teams in the history of this circuit, who are still very much always consistently at the top of their game, neither of them start their season off with the win. In a season where the first competition is not in the fall, so how much recovery time do they have to get back to glory?
I think they're going to be extremely hungry.
It would be tough to imagine a Ross All-Stars without both Texas and RAGA. This is only the first weekend. We've got plenty of time to go. I'm sure
They're
they'll
going to
recover.
come back with a vengeance for sure. They're going to come back.
And then what places?
Last bit of placings, we got from DRD.
DRD?
Third place, the girls at UCB.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for UCB.
Good night for
About
all
time
those
they get
teams.
their flowers.
And then second place, UConn Thunder Raas.
Okay.
Classic.
okay.
Yeah.
You'd expect UConn to be somewhere in the hunt.
And first place, Northeastern Nutcross.
Northeastern.
Nice.
So talk about teams coming out of COVID and making the most of it. Teams like Purdue, teams like GT. Northeastern
And
also
you,
in
yeah,
that camp.
Absolutely.
And I was very sad that Northeastern wasn't here, because Northeastern is one of my new favorite Ross teams in the circuit.
Really?
And they also owe me a hoodie from last year.
Oh,
that I
okay.
bought.
So
So
that's-
any of you, if you do go back and
So
watch
that's
this for
why
some
they're your
reason,
favorite for now.
I paid you guys $30, and I really would like that hoodie, please. I was really looking forward to it. Anyway, placing's done now for several comps, not just this one, but reactions of getting this whole season underway. Let's go one by one, and then we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, I mean, I came in, I was like, what are the trends? You know, like every season there's like some trends, right? There's like the fake ending trend, there's the split choreo trends, right? Some the song trends, right? Like we heard the Lunch Up Beyond, like we heard that twice. So I think one of the trends going forward is definitely going to be split choreo. We saw that a lot. And yeah, I'm excited to see what these teams bring. And it was a great show tonight.
On top of that, like on his point, the 2 teams that sticked with the trends the most, they ended up placing.
Yeah.
CIA, which the 2 trends that I was talking about, the diagonal formations and the split choreo, they placed. And then we have Virsa, who did like pretty much every trend there was in the book in the last year. Every
Trendy songs too,
every
right?
every
That's
good
cool.
trend,
Yeah.
and they did it like they paid off with like good choreo. They used all those trends properly. Using a trend and using it properly, there's a difference.
execute.
And they used it properly.
Yeah.
They made every trend enjoyable again instead of just like a rewash.
Yeah. Curious to see how those 2 teams continue on to develop and grow 2 weeks from now at BKB on Shaakir TV. I'm Arnav. Give me your reactions here of these 8 teams.
I am very, very excited to see how they evolve now through the season, because a lot of disappointments, I guess, early on, and I'm waiting to see how all these teams kind of, use this as motivation and push through to the end of the season. I know a lot of sets are going to change, as is, the trend with the circuit, but I'm very excited. Extremely grateful to be able to see a lot of these comps in person, shoot a lot of them, and cannot wait.
Big placings from the Ross side at all 3 comps, and it's really going to mix up the order, and maybe we'll see some more underdog teams really step up now. We are very clearly in the post-COVID era of Ross, and the landscape is changing
Some
very
uncharted waters right
rapidly.
now. Yeah.
You love to see it. That is going to wrap up our coverage of East Coast Showdown here on Shaakir TV. From Charlottesville, Virginia, from myself, from the rest of our team, from Karim, our producer, from the whole ECS board, thank you so much for taking time out of your Saturday evening to spend it with us. Congratulations to Virsa and Purdue.
I love the way my body's moving to the beat.